Hey there and welcome to Idle Weekly. Today's game is called The Perfect Tower 2 and this is attempt number 2 of recording this episode because for some reason in the first one, well, I trusted my new microphone fully, but because I haven't used it in a few weeks, I didn't expect this to happen. There was some kind of an electrostatic interference that ruined the commentary completely. And I just couldn't make it into a video. The static was just too hearable in the background. But I think I got it fixed, and I still have no idea what happened. Because playing around with the cables didn't do anything. But it seems that the static came from the stand, because when I played around with the stand a bit or moved the microphone, then it suddenly disappeared. And I actually have the line going here, or the recording on the other screen, so I can see that there is none at the moment. Anyway, Perfect Tower 2. Now this is an incremental tower defense, but a bit different from other tower defense games. Usually there is a path that monsters take and you have to put towers around or near the path to stop them from getting to their destination. In this one, their destination is your tower, which is at the center of the map. And this is the main gameplay loop. So I have my main level currently is region 7 at insane difficulty, which gives the monsters or the enemies a 6.7 billion% bonus or multiplier. And as you can see, I have managed to get to wave 183 in endless mode. So you can of course use idle mode to gain resources based on how much you normally gain during a run, but you generally gain more when you play it on endless. And the main how I choose my main levels, that depends on the level where I can get to at least wave 150 on endless mode. The reason for that is because after wave 100 the amount of resources enemies drop increases. So I like to at least get some of that extra. And I thought that 50 extra waves is a nice point to go for at the moment. With that said, I do have auto skip, and I will show you that later, but this is the game's main gameplay loop. And just like with the most complicated or complex incremental games, this is just a small part, and this you only do to gain resources for other features. Oh, and the reason why I don't have to level anything except for this thing is because when you increase your these are modules, as the title here says. When you increase your module's level in the workshop building, then it decreases its maximum level within the main game. So once you get them to max level in the workshop, they are max level automatically here. Which is nice. So you can sometimes see these brown things. These are the avalanche. It's just avalanches on them. Then sometimes you see my tower use a fire thing. That is the fire breath. Then these things coming from the sky should be splash, I think. I'm not 100% certain. But yeah, this is the main game mode. And here again the white resources that you can then use elsewhere in the game. And starting with the power plant, you have this here that you can use to power up different buildings. I usually use all of my power. So I need a gas tank, a new gas tank. Coal is fine, oil is fine. I don't know if the oil furnace is working, it doesn't seem to be working. Oh, it makes steam, makes sense. This already makes steam. So it seems to be fine. These two make electricity, and these two also make electricity. And I'm making enough electricity. Of course I would need my cap to be a little bit higher. Let's increase the cap a bit. 209,000. That's fine. Seems to be going up nice and smoothly. I still have 2 tiers to unlock here. The next building in the list is the mine. And this is what you do in the mine. You can drill to increase your chances of getting gems and white blocks. And this is how you do it. And usually I go through each of them 10 times, every time. And when I was recording, so most of them cost only 1. This is 190 at the moment, 400, 900, 700, 1500, almost 2000, 8000 and almost 10,000. But when I tried to record this the first time, I got myself the mineralogy bonus. Provides a 0.05% chance that a mine tile turns into an exotic gem. That's a nice thing. So when... whoops. So, yeah. Gives me a tiny chance of getting exotic gems, which are used for these exotic skills. Then there is the factory. So when I recorded first, I made myself a blue shaper. The way the factory works is that the resources you get from the mine, these don't correspond to the resources here. The colors happen to be the same, but they aren't actually different buildings, they are just different tiers of materials. Well, in this category they are just different materials. But in here they are different tiers. So I can make these. You can... when you refine something, I use the equally. There is also exact and... let's just stop it here. So I can do it again. So you can use... I use exact. And equally means that when you put in, for example, 100,000, then it spreads that 100,000 out. For example, if I only choose 3 colors or 2 colors, that means it's 50,000 plus 50,000. When I use exact, then it uses 100,000 and 100,000. And relative, I am not quite sure what that is. What does it say here? A percentage-based amount will be taken from all selected shards based on their quantity relative to the other selections. The total will equal your input. So that is also an interesting thing to use. But I prefer using exact. And you need to use, the more different colors you use, the more you get out of it. So 100,000 of each right now will give me 8 of the tier 6 resource, and I can get 1 of tier 7, so I can unlock another tier. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And when you get these out of here, then I would recommend putting them into the crusher, because each of them gives you 2 dust, and each dust makes 1 ingot, so you basically double your ingot count when you crush them. I also recommend getting this as soon as possible. I only got it the first machine I made with this ability was the blue shaper, so I have and it's currently the only machine I have done with this skill. So I would recommend getting it as soon as possible, because what this does is that when you look at the recipes, they need the previous tier, which needs the previous tier, previous tier. So we need to make every single machine up to the tier you want. But what this does is it allows you to take the machine out of here and use it as the material for the next tier. So I don't know if I can make one right now, but I can try. Make 60 of these. So what did the motors need? I need 4 motors, so I need more of these. I can make 2 motors at the moment. What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing these rods. Okay. That's fine. That's 4. And now I need these tough plates. I already have 3. To make these, you need to make this into this and then smelt it. So those are easy. And then I need the cutter as well. And done. Nice. Now I have a blue cutter. And this is how you keep upgrading your machines. Every machine is, I think, twice as fast as the previous tier. I'm not 100% certain, but I think that's how it works. And other things that you can make here are, for example, ore lamps. So I can make this ore lamp using 8 of tier 1 and 1 of tier 2, and that makes 2 of tier 2. So basically get an additional 1 of the next tier for every 8 of the previous tier. But there is also this ability which allows you to use only 4 for each of the next tier. And this requires dust, so it's interesting. And that's one way to get the next tiers outside of refining. You can get up to tier 3 from the shop as well. You can just buy the stuff here. So that's also one way to get them. But basically you can crush this back into... you can crush the ingots back into dust. If you want. And another thing that you can make here are the producers, which basically give you each of the different buildings materials passively. And while the machines get easier to make with the exotic skill, these producers you actually have to... Well, this is of course nice to have because it makes the producers more powerful. But basically, each producer tier needs the previous tier. For example, I want to make tier 3, it needs the tier 2, which needs the tier 1. And there is no skill to make that part easier, but at the same time, you don't really need this anymore when you have this. So look at this, 186, 183, 0.3. The producers get more powerful exponentially. They are extremely powerful. So yeah, I'm currently using these just because I have room. But generally I would, once I make tier 3s, I will probably use these for them, because you don't really need this anymore. But the problem is that the tier 3s want the tier 5 plates and stuff. My tier 5 resources are kinda limited for now. The next building is headquarters. So I'm currently in tier 5, which means the maximum module level that I have is 5. And I have no idea what happens next. It says, so tier 4 upgrade, when I finished tier 4 and went to tier 5, I was able to unlock a new boss. I will show the bosses in a moment. And I was able to unlock another thing here. Although that doesn't work yet because I need to unlock it here. And the maximum module tier of course is 5. But this one says that the maximum module tier is a question mark. So what does that mean? Does it... what I would expect it to do is that it goes to 6, but there is no tier 6 available here. So maybe this becomes tier 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe. I guess I will see when I'm able to tear up. I need to get 100 modules maxed for this to happen. I also need to enable auto skip. Seems that I didn't have it. Wow. Major oversight. The next building is the arcade where you can play this, which is an interesting little game. And you can also use these to level up this, so you can make module. And for playing the game you gain tokens, which you can use to buy these. Laboratory is one of my favorite places, other than the factory. In the factory I spend most of my game, because as you saw there is a lot of craft, a lot to do. But here you have these. This is the fire experiment number 3, and means I have prestiged it. The prestige button appears here. You might not see it because it's pretty subtle, but that means I have prestiged it twice. And as you can see, I'm currently using, I only got 10 of these and 1 of these, and they have already given themselves so many of them. So this is constantly getting more powerful, and faster more powerful. This thing I don't quite understand. I have no idea how this works. But I will figure it out then eventually. Oh nice. This crew. Yay. I am what I am. I like hot days. I want some friends. I want many friends. I need a hot body. Okay. Nature damage. And nature taste. Okay. Let's try nighttime. And let's make more hot and cold stuff here. Auto replant would be nice. This one is a bit weird, in the sense that, as you can see, my percentages are pretty high, 52% and 44%. That's because I just stopped the drills. The density, when this drill would go over, then the density would drop really far down, like in the millions, or even lower. So I have just... I don't know if that's how it's supposed to work. But the drills actually hinder your progress, at least they seem to. But I would probably imagine that if your volume and diameters are higher, your density would go up faster. But I'm not sure. So yeah, this one is weird. I need to learn more about it. Neutral is just increasing the ball until it gets to max, then expand it and go from there, doubling its capacity every time. This one I haven't figured it out yet, but I haven't really tried either. This one is just launch a light, and upgrades will give you different results. This one is also kinda interesting, but I haven't really dealt with it all that much. This one I have no idea how it works. It's weird. And this one I think works in such a way that you need to try to get your ball moving as many of these tiles as possible. And this one I think generates exotic gems slowly. Now the shipyard, you can send your ship to different places and get resources for it. So if you're willing to wait 24 hours, you will get the exotic gems and gems. Trading post. So this is the new trading post. It used to be a bit different. With this one you can actually have... so I can increase my... I can upgrade it as well. But you can basically... should I increase hit points or bonus? Or shield? Hit points. And shield. Let's do both. Why not? And the total bonus here. I wish it showed the level at which each of these is as well. So this would be level 1 at the moment. That would be nice to have. But basically whenever you trade something here, you will gain these crates. And these bonuses are affected by the crates. As you can see, log 8 amount of crates. Log 262 million, wow. So that is an interesting feature. So basically trading post actually makes your game easier. And it's a form progression now. And does it have any... this increases the conversion rate by an additional 10%. That would be nice. And this is the main thing, the workshop. You have these different modules. And they have tiers as well, so you have to go through each tier. So you can max level this, for example, to max, then tier up, and then you can level it again, and every time its max level increases by 100. So I currently don't have enough. I can actually get enough. Nice, it's tier 5 now. But I would also need to max level it to 500 for it to count towards this. And I'm still wondering what happens after tier 5. So it will be interesting to see. Museum I haven't really played around with at all. Construction firm is just buildings, and all of my buildings are maxed. So I can just level up this, for example, and then this, and because I have the skill, a construction queue, then I can queue up 3 resources, but it seems, or 3 buildings, but it seems like only one of them takes time and the other 2 are instant, which is a bit strange, but sure. And of course this I really like. So in the previous recording I had only these 2 active, and I bought these 4 and then fought him again. I already had beaten him once before, so this will be the 3rd time, actually the 5th time, because once I did it to test whether I get, or 4 times, sorry. So once I did it the first time, once I did it to test if I can get the rewards again, and once I did it to show it to someone. Actually 5 then, yeah. Because once I did it to show it to you. Now the water storm is actually faster than you a bit. And it's also interesting that the second time around I actually discovered that you can hold the button down. I tried to time it like this. And the timing went well. But I think it's still easier if you hold it down. Seems that I'm now faster than he is. I have the speed bonus. That's nice. Did you like this boss fight? And victory! I also have the boss number 2 unlocked, as you saw from the military screen. And that one I did for the very first time on camera, and I won. I had about 40% health left. But I did it. Unfortunately, you don't get these again. It seems. But I'm gonna show this second boss again, so I unlocked the health, ammunition bonus and damage bonus before going in. And this one is interesting as well. It seems that all of the bosses are different. So you have to destroy the projectiles they send at you. So that they don't hit you. I think I can do it a lot better this time because I know what to do. I learned it from the first encounter. You have to destroy these. I'm doing pretty well. Ow. Just as I said it. Don't do this. I had to destroy each and every part of him. And fortunately, at least for now, there is no time limit. So at least for now you can take as much as you need or want. Ow. I am doing slightly better than I did before. But this is my second ever fight against him, so... Victory! And last time I got 25 exotic gems from this. So, that is basically the reward for it. I'm guessing because I got the second boss via military, then probably the trend continues and boss 3, 4 and 5 will also come from via the military. Which means this has to go on after tier 5 somehow. I just don't know how. And I also wonder whether there is something I can do with the access skill points. Because as you can see, I have already used all of them and arcade and laboratory don't even have any skills at the moment. And statue of Cubos also doesn't. Also, as you can see, my city is kind of a mess. There's a reason for it. And the reason is simple. Whenever I buy more of these slots, I do a clear and then auto place. And then every time my city will look different, but always messy. And at one point this lava pit was next to the construction firm, which was fun. Because when you go by the color, the construction firm looks like it's a building made out of wood. So wood and lava go together very well. Also, this is a bit off. This could be a bit to the left. Can I make it so? Like this. Nice. This is in a random place, because why not? There's an island far away there, and you can look through this to see the exact island the correct way. The game is, as far as incremental games go that released within 2021, this is probably the best so far. And just like, thing is that just like the gaming industry in general, incremental gaming has also gone down. So much bad stuff. There are more and more bad games out there. And there are less and less good games that I find. And it's the same thing with incremental games. As far as I'm discovering the newer ones, there are less and less good newer ones, which is unfortunate. But I guess that's just how it is. Anyway, I think I have shown you a fair bit about this game so far. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I didn't really explain everything all that well, but hopefully I explained it enough so that it's so that you can get a basic idea of each of the features. This gas scan is done. Our gas tank. This coal is also done. Oh well, yeah. So, when I unlock more stuff, I will keep you posted. I will showcase the game again when I have unlocked more stuff, or when the game gets more updates. Because the game is in beta at the moment, or alpha even. Via the Steam Early Access program, so it isn't a full release yet. It still gets, and it gets regular updates all the time, which is nice. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you watched the entire video, and even if you watched just a part of it, thank you. And bye.